neighbors think I'm selling dope.
Welcome to episode 5 of the Dope Garage Bro podcast. I'm your host, John Lester. In this episode, we're just going to talk about how to get started. And that's the thing, there is no trick. You don't have to be set up. You literally just have to get started. There's this little voice that talks to you all the time. Some people call it God, your higher self. It's constantly speaking to you. It's telling you you should be doing something. Maybe you should quit drinking. Maybe you should start that business. Maybe you should quit smoking weed. Maybe you should quit hanging out with those friends. But, it's constantly speaking to you and telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. Some people listen, some people don't. I always listen to that inner voice. That's why I do a lot of meditation. My higher self speaks to me in those meditations, and that's how I've created these businesses and I've created these things, because I'm listening to my higher self. And it's important to know that you're never going to be ready. And if you have an idea, just attack it. Attack it with everything you have, because even if that idea isn't what it's supposed to be, or that idea doesn't become the business, when you are in pursuit of what you really want to do, the answers will come to you. So you just have to get started, man. And stop caring what people think. Like, you're supposed to be cringe on social media. The videos that get the most views are the cringe videos. They're the videos that seem uncomfortable, or the person's just being authentically themselves. And you shouldn't be afraid of what other people think, or, of what other people are perceiving your video as. Who cares, man? Who cares? And you might never stop caring what people think. And that's cool. I still care what people think, but I act anyway. I'm going to get made fun of for what I'm doing regardless. If I'm not doing anything, people are still going to talk. If I'm chasing my dreams, people are still going to talk. So, you just have to go after it. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's really not easier said than done, Just pull the trigger, figure out what you want to do, and work at it. Start a social media, start a Facebook, start a TikTok. Don't follow anybody you know. If the people you know like what you're doing, they're going to follow you. You follow them back. But you don't have to follow anybody you know. Everybody starts off with 0 followers, 0 likes, and it's not about getting the followers or the likes. Sometimes I post a video. I got a video 2 weeks ago that got 1 million views. It got 12,000 likes or something like that. I don't know, a lot though. And then I just posted a video the other day. It got 15 likes. I don't care. I really don't care about the outcome, because I know I'm pursuing exactly what I want to do. And what I want to do is build the biggest garage company in the world. And in order to do that, I can't care what people think. And I just have to post and create the content on exactly what I'm doing, and the right people will come. I heard this great quote by Brad Lee. You don't have to create content. There's no creating content. You are the content. Just hit record. A lot of people want to see more authenticity. They want to see real life. We're surrounded by AI. We don't know what video's AI. We don't know what's true on the internet. But people can tell if you just hit record and you're just being your authentic self. And I think that's the new wave for social media. It's not these super edited videos, It's completely just being yourself. And find out whatever niche you want to be in. You don't even have to be in a niche. You could type food, on my platform. I do a podcast, personal development. I post about painting. I talk about meditation, obviously the garages. Sometimes I do food reviews, videos of me being on vacation. I literally record everything. The clothes I buy, I literally record all of it. And I just put it on my page. And I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm literally just John Lester, who's creating the biggest garage company in the world. And I see that future so vivid. I know I just have to stay consistent with posting. I have to talk about my business. The other day I stayed at a beautiful hotel. I stayed at the Waldorf, and I got valet. From now on, I'm always gonna get valet. Because when you get valet, first of all, you get that feeling of just being at a higher level. And that's what manifestation is. You want to be at a high frequency. You want to feel as if you're already the person you want to become. So at that hotel, you know, I was just getting the valet, and every valet driver, I would tip them $5. I would wrap it in my business card. I'd say, listen, I own a garage restoration company. I take regular, ordinary garages and I make them dope. If you're interested, check out my page, scan the QR code on the back, and you can see the work I've done. And every person that, every valet person that parked my car, every person that took my bags, anybody I was in contact with, the bartender, the server, I gave them all my business card. And, nothing came of it, but if I consistently do that with everything I do, someone's gonna call for a lead, someone's gonna call for a garage. So I'm just constantly in a state of business. I'm always talking about my business. In fact, it probably annoys some of the people that I'm close with. I don't care though. I really don't care. I am building the biggest garage company in the world. And in order to do that, I got to talk about it. And if the only person that's going to talk about it is me. So, by giving my business cards, tipping $5 every time I get valet. When I pick up my car from valet, I tip $5. When I drop it off from valet, I tip $5. So that whole stay, I was there for about 2 days. I probably tipped like $40 just to the valet guys. And this just developed. If they ever see my brand in the future, from that one conversation, they're gonna have good energy towards it because I tipped them. I gave them my business card. They saw my brand. They saw my logo, Dope Garage Bro, and it just builds a good rapport and good energy with my business. And that's I want people to feel good when they think about Dope Garage Bro. I want people to think it's cool. I want people to think it's dope. And in order for them to do that, I got to talk about the business. So when I was getting started with this business, didn't even know it was going to become a business. I just started off by doing one of my garages, and it turned out really good. And I was like, wow, I can create this as a business, and I love it. I love it. That's how I know it's going to scale, because I'm not interested in the money. I literally just got started. I did one friend's garage. I posted it. People started following me. I eventually got another garage and another garage and another garage. And I literally just filmed what I was doing. So there's no formula to building something. You literally just got to start. And don't ask anybody's opinion. Who cares what anybody thinks? Don't ask anybody's opinion about your business. I wouldn't even ask people that are going to support you. I would just go for it, bro. No one knows what they're supposed to do with their life better than you. And if you have this constant voice in your head that's telling you what you should be doing, just listen to that voice, and post about what you want to do. And literally, like I said, just get started. There's no perfect formula. And you're going to figure it out as you go along, just like I am. Now I'm thinking about starting an actual paint brand, like Dope Garage Bro Paint. I've posted it on my Instagram. Once you get started, the ideas start flowing. And it's super fun. I'm having a lot of fun. This isn't a job to me. In fact, I can't wait till it gets huge because I will be having so much fun. I know I was a workaholic at one point in my life, and I have a feeling that's coming again. Because I'm so invested in what I'm doing, and money's not on my mind, creating's on my mind. And I love to create. And Dope Garage Bro has just been awesome, with scratching that itch, I think human beings were meant to create. We're not meant to sit at a desk. We're not meant to be in such a routine-based life. Yeah, routine's good in some ways, but doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's just not for me. That's why I like the garages, because I can be creative. One day I'm doing a garage on Tron. The next garage is a Sonic themed garage. The next garage theme is maybe after a car, like a Mercedes or a BMW. Or the next, it's an NFL team, it's a soccer team. It's constantly changing, and it keeps me excited. It keeps me engaged with the business. Sometimes I wish that I just had endless garages. If I had endless garages, okay, I just had a line, the whole street was my oyster. I could do whatever I wanted in any of the garages. I wouldn't even care about the money. I would be working 16 hours a day, probably not even eating because I'm so excited about what I'm doing. So when you're thinking about your business or whatever you want to do or whatever you're interested in, you just have to get started. You just have to get started. There's nothing to think about. You're not doing anything wrong. If you post something, it goes up, it gets 100 views, 1 like from your grandma, that's awesome, dude. Like who cares about the likes? The likes, detach from the outcome. Okay? Like some people they just think they're in their head, man. They're in their head and no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything. And if someone's going to make fun of you about what you're doing, like they're not doing anything either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like really think about it. Think about it. If someone's watching your video and they're like laughing at you or they're embarrassed for you, they got like secondhand embarrassment, like that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your video. And the people you're not after, dude. You're after strangers. If people were going to make you rich, you'd be rich already. So why do you care about what people think? Like I said, don't follow any of them, man. Don't follow any of them. They're not going to help you. You want people you don't know. Target your area. Go to the events. Talk to people. Shake hands. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. You just have to get started, dude. And you can't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Life is a video game. You can do anything you want. That doesn't excite you? It really excites me. Life is literally a video game. I'm trying to get to the highest level in the video game. I want to create. I want to start more businesses. I have so many ideas that I've never even talked to anybody about. And in order to do those ideas, I need a lot of money. And the money's going to come. And, some people say, oh, money doesn't matter. It absolutely does matter, bro. The more money you have, the more people you can help. Money's not a bad thing. Money is all energy. And you can make a ton of it. You just have to develop that energy. If you're in lack all the time, you're going to attract lack. If you're in abundance, you're going to attract abundance. You want to be at a high frequency. And when you do just get started, you're going to have like an adrenaline rush. It's going to be fun. You're not going to care what people think. And you might in the first few videos. Do it anyway. You're embarrassed? Do it anyway. You're nervous? Do it anyway. Like, there's people who are great, who are always in fear. That maybe they were embarrassed or, maybe they were scared or nervous. They did it anyway. That's how they got to where they are. They didn't just start and all of a sudden become an overnight success, And like there's so many things I did when I was younger because I wanted to get rich and all I cared about was money. I don't care about money anymore. I literally don't care. I have money in my pocket. I've always had money in my pocket. Someday I'll have more. Maybe someday I'll have a little less, but I'm always going to have money in my pocket. It's just how I'm wired. I've never been broke. I ain't starting today. So if your fear is money doesn't matter. It's an illusion. There's people who get paid $25 an hour to do a job, but then there's the business owner who's making hundreds of dollars an hour because he took all the risk. And now we're in this world where these people who make $25 an hour think they should be making 50 for some reason, just because they're them. Like it's wild. It's wild. The generation that's coming up, I don't think they're lazy by any means. Like everybody thinks the generation before them is lazy. I think there's generations that get better at certain things. Like the generation before me is probably really good at tech, really good at computers. I'm not good at that. The generation ahead of me, they're really good with construction and working on their hands. And that's why I think painting is a huge industry to get into right now, because the generation behind us, they don't want to work with their hands. They don't want to do construction. They're all into their computers, tech, buying stocks, crypto, all that stuff. I'm not into that. I don't invest in anything I'm not interested in. I have no stocks. I have no crypto. I have none of that stuff because I'm not saying it's not a smart investment. I just am not interested in it. Do you know what I'm saying? If it doesn't interest me, I'm not going to invest my money into it. I have no desire to learn about crypto. I have no desire to learn about stocks. It doesn't interest me. What interests me is Dope Garage, bro. Super interested in it. I'm never going to give up on it because I love it. So you better get used to this channel because it's not going anywhere. Get started, bro. Try new things. Do the thing you want to do. The voice that speaks to you. Listen to that voice. Listen to that inner voice. Start that business. Who gives a shit about what your friends think? Who cares what your parents think? They don't have, God didn't give them their vision to you. It's not supposed to make sense to anybody else. It's not supposed to make sense to anybody else. God gave you that vision for a reason. Okay? It's yours. Take it. Run with it. Start today. Have a good one.
I guess the neighbors think I'm selling dope.